Hi, this is Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull, and this is the Zealot gene.
Sleep, the time's not yet.
I have to confess, because I'm not the control freak that people sometimes think, I have to confess to not being the person who made decisions about tracks to kind of release as notional focus tracks, singles, if you like to call them that, but to put things out in a way that would be a little trailer for the album. And I bow to the A&R, the artist and repertoire ears of those at the record company to say, we think we should go with this one first, and follow it up with that one, and then we go with the whole album. I think those are the people who have that experience, and for me to be going out of my comfort zone, which tends to stop with the more musically creative side of it, if I start getting to be the guys just insisting on calling all the shots in terms of marketing and promoting a product, then I think that really shouldn't be my job. I think I have to hand over the reins to those who do that for a living, rather than be the control freak that in real life that people might imagine I am. I think I'm going to leave those decisions to others. So it was their choice, not necessarily mine, but I didn't exercise any veto. So we chose one of the songs, which is, because there are a number of issues where we talk about, or I talk about, love as an uplifting, powerful emotion, high emotion of love, both as amorous or sexual love, or the love of family and friends, or the highest spiritual love. And in the song Shoshana Sleeping, which is loosely drawing upon biblical elements, the Song of Solomon, it's about the reverence for, in this case, the female human form. But it's a kind of a look but don't touch. It's a romantic piece, but done in the way which is about sexual love and the adoration, but not in a lustful way, I hope. Especially at my age. Long gone are my expectations. I think when I recorded the Aqualung album, I sat with John Evans, the keyboard player, in the early hours of the morning that we finished recording the album, or finished the mixing, or whatever we were doing, and we sat in a little kind of coffee shop place where they serve breakfast from 5 a.m., probably frequented by taxi drivers or off-duty policemen or something. And we sat in this place, and I remember we were having a conversation, bleary-eyed at that time, having worked all night, about the album we just finished, and what we both felt about it, and what optimism or expectations we might hold for the way in which it was received by the public, or indeed by the critics and the media. And I just thought, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure whether this is going to be perceived as a step upwards, another rung on a ladder creatively and commercially, or whether it was the beginning of a slide down a slippery slope into oblivion. I really didn't know. And that feeling, I think, was instilled upon me, or instilled in me at that point, and it's been like that really with every subsequent album release. I've learned not to anticipate reactions, because they have been varied, puzzlement, but acceptance of Thick as a Brick, which was a bit of a hard sell for me to get the record company to believe in it, but also, perhaps the disappointment of the reception for A Passion Play, and the ambivalence, the nonplussed way in which certain albums were received. The Broadsword and the Beast, for example, in the USA was not a biggie. People didn't, it just was the wrong time, the wrong mood. it just didn't click. And yet in Germany, it was the biggest selling Jethro Tull record ever. You know, it did really well in other places, but initially not very well in the USA. So, you know, you're always going to have disappointments mixed by, you know, gratification. And Homo eroticus, very few years ago, and that was 2014, I think. You know, that was you know, it was a very positive reaction that I actually didn't really expect to get. I thought that would be quite negatively received, primarily because it was pretty much a concept album with a lot of, you know, potentially difficult stuff. So I've been pleasantly surprised over the years and disappointed over the years, and I've just learned not to expect anything and not to try to make albums for other people. That's just always going to be a mistake. I really have to write music that appeals to me as a writer and as a performer. Hopefully then it also appeals to the members of the band. Finally, I hope that it appeals to Jethro Tull fans. But I can't start off with the view that I'm going out to try and appeal, to write a record just for the fans. I would get it wrong. I don't know how they listen to music. I don't know what it is they like, what they don't like. It would be folly to try to make a record based on demographic surveys of previous work or the state of the music industry today. I just push all that to one side. I make music that makes me engage, you know, that makes me not necessarily happy, but makes me engaged and want to take it on to the next stage, which is hopefully in many cases to perform it live in front of a real audience.